Welcome to another episode of Learn with Gege. Today we are going to learn how to multiply decimal numbers. Come with me. Here are the rules. For you to multiply decimal numbers, the first thing you need to do is to ignore the decimal points. Assume the numbers do not have decimal points. Then go ahead and multiply the whole numbers. Once you are done with multiplying the whole numbers, count the total decimal places from the question. Go back to the original question and count how many decimal places you have. And finally, place the decimal point in your answer. Come with me as I show you an example. Alright, here we have an exercise. We are to find the product of 3.2 multiplied by 1.4. Okay, the first rule says we should write the numbers as whole numbers, so I'm going to write it as 3.32, that is 32, multiplied by 1.4, that is 14. I write it as if there are no decimal points in it originally. Let's go ahead and carry out our multiplication. 4 times 2 is 8. I'll write my 8 down. 4 times 3 is 12. And then I'll write my 12. Okay, 1 times 2 is 2. I'll have to put a placeholder 0 here. I'll put my 2 here. 1 times 3 is 3, and then I'll put my 3 there. At this point, I'll go ahead and add my results. So I have 8, I have 4, and then I have another 4. So I have a result of 448. But the next rule says I should go back and count the decimal places. So counting the decimal places from my original question, 3.2 has one decimal place, 1.4 also has one decimal place, and that gives me a total of 2 decimal places. Now that I have 2 decimal places, the next thing I'm going to do is to count from the right, take 2 steps to the left. So this is step 1, step 2, and my decimal point will be right here. So my final answer is going to be 4.48. Okay, let's look at another example. Here we have 12.5 multiplied against 5. Okay, the first thing I am required to do is to write the numbers as if there is no decimal. So 12.5 will be written as 125 multiplied by 5. 5 times 5 would give me 25. I would put my 5 here, and then I would take my 2 up here. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 plus 2 is 12. I would put my 2 down and put my 1 up here. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1, that is 6. So I have 625. The next thing I am going to do is to go to the original question and check for the number of decimal places that I have from the question. 12.5 gave me 1 decimal place, and 5 gave me 0 decimal place. That means I have just 1 decimal place. Therefore, moving from the right again, I'm going to take 1 step, and my decimal point will be placed right here. That means my answer would be 62.5.